Everyone, what's going on? We have subtraction problems here. I'm just skipping addition problems because we have addition problems down. In fact, most of us have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division problems down. But hey, what's wrong with doing a little bit of subtraction problems? As long as we're not subtracting money from Mr. Surrender, I'm okay with doing subtraction problems. So, I have a 943 minus 176. Well, I can't do 3 minus 6, right? Because that's too big. So I'm going to borrow from the 4. That becomes a 3. And this is going to become a 13. So 13 minus 6, that would add up to 7. Then I have a 3 minus 7. Can't do that again. So I have to borrow for a second time. I'm going to make that 9 and 8. And make that now 13. I got to keep the 3 there. Because that 3 is the new value for the 4. So I have 13 minus 7. And that is 6. And then I have 8 minus 1 finally. That's 767. That's a lot of borrowing on one problem. Maybe we're not sure we got the right answer here. Let's Carlos the chicken. Let's give it a little check. So, to check this one, I'm just going to have to add 176 and 767. What I should get is 943. Let's see. 7 plus 6 is 13. I'd carry a 1 right here. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 7 is 14. Carry another 1. 1 plus 7 plus 1 is 943. And sure enough, Carlos never fails. Over to this one here. A lot of people get confused when you have a 0 here. I can't do 6 minus 8, so I'm going to have to borrow from the... Oh, I can't borrow from a 0. So I'm going to have to borrow from this 7. Make that 7 a 6. Make this 0 a 9. Hopefully you knew that one. And then I'm going to make this a 16. All I did was borrow. I could have made the 0 a 10. But I'd have to borrow from it, and that would make this a 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. 9 minus 2 is 7. 6 minus 4 is 2. 278. We'll skip the Carlos the chicken on that one. We'll go try to the next problem here. This is a multiplication problem, and this was actually part of your weekly quiz, and a lot of people made a silly error with this 0 right here, so let's try to go through this. I think everybody knows 1 times 7, 7. That's not really giving us any problems. 7 times 8, that's 56. So I'm going to write my 6 here, and I'm going to carry my 5 right above the 0. Now, for some reason, people were saying 0 times 7 is 7 plus 5 is 12. 0 times 7 is 0. We know that. Plus 5 is 5, so I'm going to write the 5 in there. And then I just have 7 times 6. Well, 7 times 6 is 42. So we get 42,567. Dad, mother, sister, brother, and then we have, well, we have the check too. Carlos is there. So 28 is about 30. 30 goes into 60 twice. So I'm going to put my 2 not above the 6 because really nothing goes in here. I could write an X or a 0 there. Don't have to. It's up to you. So this is going to go in twice. Let's see. 28 times 2. I'll do that off to the side over here. 28 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1 up there. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. That's a messy 2 up there, but take my word for it. It's a 2. So we get 56. So we've done the multiplication, the mother, and now we're going to do the subtraction, sister. 61 minus 56. Let's see, we cross this out. Make that 11, make that a 5. 11 minus 6 is 5. I'm going to bring down the 6. And 28 goes into 56, as we said right here, twice. So that's 2 times 28 again, and we're going to get 56 minus 56 here. And that's going to give us 0. And then we got to bring down this 0 and make sure when a problem, if it has a 0 in it, when you're done, you still got to write 0 up here because 28 goes in 0 times. It's a placeholder. So we don't want to say that 28 goes into 6,160 22 times because that wouldn't be true. It goes in 220 times. And just to be sure, we'll Carlos this one. 220 times 28. 0 times 8 is 0. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1 over here. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. 0 for place value. 2 times 0 is 0. Oh, there we go. 2 times 2 is 4. And again, 2 times 2 is 4. Add those up. I get a 0. That's 6. 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 4 is 6. 6,160. That checks. Boys and girls, we are set on division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. We know our operations.